Welcome into Extra Time. Thank you for your tweets.
Any tweets about the US men's national team who lost again?
None about the US men's
Is that politically incorrect?
What's that?
Yes.
To give them a bit of stick.
No.
All right, thanks.
Wait, why would it be politically
Well, why do they keep
incorrect?
playing Mexico when they keep getting beat from Mexico? Go and play somebody else. Somebody said that was his 70th meeting. Oh, Seb Salazar saw him in that great report of him and Kirk sent back.
Yeah.
How boring's that?
17 meetings.
How many times England and Scotland never played 70 times?
I don't think so.
They keep getting beat. Go and play somebody else.
Right.
What, they're playing Mexico again?
Craig, they're in CONCACAF.
I know.
Everybody else is qualifiers of something or other to play for. They have to play somebody else in CONCACAF, and that's the best possible opponent you can play.
No,
I take your
but-
sentiment.
No, but it's not
But that's what
working out.
happens when you're in CONCACAF and you're moderately good.
My point is, it's not working.
You have
out
to play
particularly
Mexico.
Well. You're going to have to go and play somebody
Plus,
else.
Craig,
Yeah.
Craig, see this?
Oh, that's
see my hand
cynical.
gesture?
That's cynical.
No, but
You see my hand
that's how you
gesture.
make the money. Is you play Mexico all the time. If you're in CONCACAF, there's nobody else to play against.
No, I know.
Okay, we got it. We got it.
I know, but I know the result before it starts. That's my point.
Right,
Don't
okay.
tweet me and say, what about Scotland? I don't
Right.
really care.
Okay.
not my
You seem to be
problem.
having your own conversation with yourself here.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Just you wait till I get home.
Oh, yeah.
when you play Belgium
I'll talk to
tomorrow.
the dog.
Favourite memory of a goal growing up?
Oh, it's
Did you have
easy.
TV?
Easy.
You were growing up?
See what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
This is unbelievable.
It's insubordination.
So easy. Burnden Park, Bolton Wanderers versus Tottenham Hotspur.
Now he is going back.
In the early 60s, sorry for everybody out there, but there's a fantastic goal scorer that everybody knows called Jimmy Greaves.
Yep.
Greaves, he came out in a royal blue shirt, white shorts.
Is this a long story?
Yeah, white sock, because there's a point to it.
Right.
Because all the mud and muck that was on Burnden Park, the balance that this guy had when he was playing football was absolutely amazing. He scored 2 goals in a 3-1 victory for Tottenham. And the way that he went about his business, I never forgot it.
How old were you?
I would be 8. Yeah.
I thought you might have gone World Cup final. 66.
No. I've never, for some reason, I've never forgot that.
England win that. You got lucky, didn't they?
Well, yeah, then yes, exactly.
I'm going to say 1982 World Cup because I really dined out on that as a kid watching it and repeat on an hour's VHS. And I'm going to. There was many great goals in that competition because you were there, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
You were there. You didn't get one of them, but you scored it.
Yes, I did score, yeah.
Against France.
Against France. Me and Robbo, 3-1. Get in.
Great. But that's not the goal. Marco Tardelli scoring for Italy in the World Cup final against West Germany as it was at the time, and then running off with that celebration
Yeah.
is like an iconic moment as a kid growing up.
Yep.
Pretty special.
Yep. Gab?
Well, for me, it's easy. It's also 82 World Cup. Craig and I are roughly the same age. And it was Paul Mariner scoring for England against France. No, just kidding. Sorry, Paul. I was going to pick the Tardelli one.
After.
So I'll go for either one for very different reasons. Either one of Diego Armando Maradona's 2 goals against England in 1986.
Oh,
What do you mean, either with 2 goals?
The handball. I like
The
the
handball.
The handball.
They were both memorable.
Yeah.
One, he did something divine. The other one was the hand of God.
Yeah, the goal.
The hand of God.
That's not
You're
often,
still
man.
sticking with that rubbish.
Let's be honest. When you run by
No.
your friend and former colleague and my friend Terry Butcher.
Yes.
Big tail was like.
No, fair do.
Anyway.
Remarkable.
You scored at a World Cup.
Aye.
I scored at a World Cup. Was you ever sent off at a World Cup?
No, I
Oh,
wasn't.
you don't want to talk to. You're slacking. You haven't been sent off.
It's a good question. Has anyone ever said anything to a reporter they immediately regretted? You think, uh-oh.
No.
You and your coaching days, Paul?
I don't
No,
think so.
there was a reporter he worked for the Sun. I'm not going to mention his name. We were in. Let me get my tail right. I think we were in Innsbruck, somewhere like that, in the UEFA Cup. And we went out for a sneaky couple of pints.
Okay.
Bobby Robson said, "Lads, calm yourself down. We got there early."
Right.
So we nipped out for a couple of pints, as you did. Mm-hmm. And this reporter let the manager know that who'd gone.
Okay.
I think that's bang out of order. I really do. And I told him in the lift, in the elevator, smacked him in the schnoz.
You punched him in the face?
Punched him in the face, yes I did, because he cost me, in the old days we weren't on that much dough. It cost me a week's money, my appearance money, my bonus money.
We should have gone out and...
Well, he had no right to be gossiping like that. It's ridiculous.
Well, I've not said, and I can't think about anything I've said to a reporter I regret it, but I have said stuff to reporters, and this is normal, and then the subbies change the headlines.
Right.
And the headline never... And it's a big gripe for a lot of people. And it's not always and invariably it's rarely ever the actual journalist's fault. But then you call the journalist,
Yep.
which I did a few times, and berated him. Well, he's kind of out of his hands by that point, but he's kind of guilty by association. So I did that a couple of times, but maybe more than a couple.
Did you ever have a player say something to you and you were like, I can't believe he's just said that?
I did. It was a pretty famous player, too. Many, many years ago, a man named David Beckham, he was introducing a new shoe. And when that happens, his apparel maker, they organize a whole series of interviews. And it's actually quite rough on the athlete because you're kind of locked in a room and you get 10 minutes, one after the other, with like 20 different journalists, and you repeat yourself over and over again. And Beckham always very good with the media, didn't say much, but, you know, generally was all right. But clearly, he's talking to me, and you have to ask, you don't really care about the shoe, but you have to ask him a question about the shoe as well, because otherwise you don't get the interview. So I asked him about the shoe, and he says something like, well, the shoe looks great. And then he says, you know, to me, it's not really about what sort of person you are or how you feel about yourself. It's all about the way you look and the way others perceive you. That's what matters most. Wow. And I thought he said that when he was speaking to me, but I said, oh, that can't be right. He obviously said the opposite. Then I go back, I listen to the tape, and verbatim, that's what he said, making himself seem like the most superficial and asinine player out there and living up to every single stereotype. So I said, all right, I can't really print this. So I picked up the phone, I rang up his agent, and I said, Simon, this is what David said to me. I don't think you want me printing this, but this is actually what he said. I don't think he meant it. Can I get a couple minutes with him, so I can ask him a couple more questions, and he can actually say what he meant to say? And he was very kind. We joked about it, and he rang me back from a private number, and that was all fine. But you know what? Media-wise, as a journalist, I don't ever really believe in the gotcha thing. Like after a game, when you talk to people and they're wind up and they say, I'm going to kill that guy or whatever else, you're not doing anybody any favors unless that's really what they mean to say. It's not for you to decide, obviously, but you will get situations where I don't think you're helping yourself by simply, you know, going verbatim, or if they misspeak, that's even worse, taking things out of context.
Does that mean David Beckham has surpassed Carlo Ancelotti as your new bestest friend?
This was a long time ago. Long time ago.
Would
Craig.
you have told Sir Bobby Robson about Paul Mariner breaking curfew?
No, because that's snitching, and snitches get stitches.
Yes.
Well, literally, in this
did.
case.
You know what was amazing, though?
Back in those days, evidently, yes.
Way back when, you know, when the press corps were travelling with England, we were more or less mates. All the old guys, we'd have a beer with them, we'd have a natter with them, we'd talk about football. We were sort of mates, and they would look out for us, and we'd look out for them. But nowadays, it's a totally different world nowadays.
When you were club players, did you ever dread going on international duty?
No. Loved it. Couldn't wait to get them.
How many caps did you get?
35. No, you know what it was? I'll tell you what it was, and it was an amazing time for us because we were battling. I was at Ipswich, and we were battling predominantly with Liverpool all the time. They were the preeminent team in Europe at the time, and you know, half of the England team was from Ipswich, half of the England team was from Liverpool. But we'd come together. I mean, we'd battle like hell on the football field, but we'd come together. I'm not kidding you, best mate, like Phil Thompson. Massive mate of mine, you know, all these.
Of course he is.
He's got a big nose as well.
Phil Thompson's bugle.
His
No.
is it's bigger than yours, isn't it? Man?
Of course it is. Mine's only a petite. Mine's a petite
How
little
did you
thing.
got on the bus? Well, going to internationals is always more fun when you're qualifying for Euros and World Cups.
Right. So like friendlies or
Friendlies are tough, and like, can't speak for England, but like the Scottish national team for the last umpteen years has been going through a really bad time, and I didn't really experience that because we were qualifying for major tournaments, but it must be pretty bad turning up most times and not qualifying, getting pelters, and everybody's on your back, and that can't be any fun.
Final question, Gab. What's worse? Hawaiian pizza or a well-done steak?
All right. Neither one is particularly to my liking, as you can imagine. I'm going to go for the well-done steak, and there's a reason for this. Part of the joy of eating food is to experience different tastes and different taste combinations. The Hawaiian pizza I think is a horrendous form of cultural appropriation. I don't approve of it. I don't like the way the pineapple and the cheese go together. It's weird to me. It's disgusting. But you know what? There is a flavor there. Not one I particularly like or enjoy, but there's a flavor there. And if that's what you like, who am I to judge?
I totally agree.
But overdoing a steak, you're taking all the flavor out of it. You may as well go and eat a piece of rubber or vulcanized rubber or whatever the hell. This is what's so upsetting to it. It's the negation of dining. It's a negation of doing something convivial, which ought to be an important part of a people's culture. It's a negation of culture and identity to begin with.
I think we've hit a nerve.
It's a plea for help.
So you get
yes, I will go with overcooking a steak.
So you get a Hawaiian pizza. Here's the difference. You get a Hawaiian pizza, and I'm the same. But the one thing you can do with a Hawaiian pizza, you can get into that Hawaiian pizza and launch the pineapple where it should be, in the bin, and anything else. And at least you've still got some. The well done steak ain't changing.
That's it.
It's it. It's done. And Stevie would disagree. I mean, he would set a fire in his back garden and throw a steak in there for an hour.
Correct.
I mean, it's like.
That's it.
To be fair, he's not alone.
No.
Some people don't like the kind of ready blood. I think that's why they have it.
Yeah.
And others are just heathens.
And I think that's
and he's the latter.
That's it. We are done. ESPNFC.
No doubt.
Is he here tomorrow?
No, he said maybe he doesn't know. He's checking his schedule. It's on the fridge.
Me and Craig are definitely here. I've checked the fridge.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.